And we're gonna see. Again, I've been, this is my, what, 29th year? I've probably been doing assessments, these interest assessments with students for probably about 20 of those years. And, do you want?
No, probably assuming that she had it in last year, but she had it this one. It's kind of similar.
Okay, so, yeah.
We did it on paper, just to do this.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. So, again, I've been doing these assessments for about 20 years. And it seems to me that 3/4 of the time, okay, that 75% of the time, that the assessments come out with student interests that are correct. So the student says, okay, this is what I'm interested in. And then they do the assessment, and it's right. It comes out and it says, yes, that's what the student wants. 75% of the time. Okay? So if I say 75% of the time, close to 80, okay? So 80 would be what? In a grade. What grade would 80 be? 80. If you get an 80.
You get 80.
What grade, what letter grade would that be? If you got an 80?
Look at A, B, C, D. What would 80 be?
A.
80 would be a B.
Good job.
90 would be an A.
A is gonna be like 100.
Yeah,
Well,
between 90
90
and
and
100.
100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do you remember that from Shay? Class?
Okay, so between 90 and 100 would be an A. Between 80 and 90 would be a B. And between 70 and 80 would be a C. So let me just. So between, write that down here, 90 through 100 is an A, 80 to 90 is a B, and 70 through 80 is a C. And what I'm saying is about 75% of the time, right in the middle over here, about 75% of the time, when I would do different assessments with students, they would come out to be basically what the student was interested in. No matter what assessment basically that I did. So the point I'm trying to make is that when we ask you to do these things, there's been a lot of thought that's going behind them and in making the questions. Even though the first question says build kitchen cabinets. You say, well, what does that have to do with me? Well, either you strongly, in this case, strongly dislike it, like means I would never in the world want to do it. You dislike it, saying, yeah, it's not something I want. The middle is unsure. I'm not really sure. Maybe I would like to build kitchen cabinets, maybe not. You like it, or on the opposite end, you strongly like it. So these are two. If you strongly dislike, there's no way in the world I ever want to do that. On the other hand, if you strongly like, that means, yeah, you know, that's something I really would like to do. Okay, you got those two ends? Strongly dislike, never, ever, ever. Strongly like, big time. That really would be something I would be interested in. Dislike, you know, it's just not really me. Like, yeah, it's okay. And then unsure is the middle. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay? So I'm just gonna, if I was to take building kitchen cabinets, okay, I would be over here. Strongly dislike.
Why you want to do it?
Because I would not be a good carpenter. Okay? I think I told you guys before. I own a screwdriver, 2 screwdrivers for tools. I own 2 screwdrivers, 1 pair of pliers, and 1 hammer. That's all I own. I'm not somebody who is a carpenter. I would not want to do carpentry. To build kitchen cabinets, you have to be a carpenter. You have to like to work with tools.
You also told us that your neighbor has
That's a huge one. Huge one.
Exactly. My neighbor has all the tools that I would ever need if I needed them. So to this one, I would pick out strongly dislike because it doesn't meet my
Skills.
where did they go? I guess I erased them yesterday. My
skills.
interests, my skills, and my abilities. So as you're going through this, you're going to think about those things. What are my interests? Am I interested in building kitchen cabinets? Me? Not at all.
Yeah.
My skills. Are my skills able to build a kitchen cabinet? Not at all. I don't have those skills. I own 3-4 tools. I'm not somebody who goes out and buys tools and builds things. Are my abilities, and again, skills and abilities are kind of like the same. Not at all. So me, in this case, I would be strongly disliked. If on the other hand, I like to work with my hands, I like to build things. If I say, carpentry, yeah, making things, building things, you might be on the like or strongly disliked, depending on if it matches with your interests, something you like to do, your abilities, something that you do easily, and then your interest, your abilities, and your skills. So, last time, before we start, strongly dislike, no way in the world does it meet my skills, abilities, and interests. I hate it, I wouldn't ever want to do that.
Yeah.
Strongly like, on the other end, yeah, that's me. That's something I really like to do. Dislike, nah, I'm really not, not into it. It's not something that I hate to do, but I'm just not into it. Like, yeah, it's okay, I wouldn't mind doing it. And then unsure is the middle column. If you're really not sure. So with Joel's permission, we're gonna go through this. And we're gonna see at the end of it, if in fact, at the end, it's gonna come up with about 4 or 5 different categories. And those categories lead you to making to different jobs, to your personality. And we're gonna see if it comes up with that 75% of the time, if it matches. Okay, we're gonna see if it matches. So, first one, build kitchen cabinets.
Dislike that.
You dislike that, so we're gonna put oh, there we go. What did
Where's it go?
Wait,
You just hovered over that.
What, Tyler?
okay, there we go. So you dislike.
My
there we go.
cabinets are coming and that was the second one.
And so build kitchen cabinets, dislike. Now, again, the other thing with these things too, and I did these with students. I did these with students during the pandemic. I did them on the computer 2 ways. One is that I was sharing my screen with them, if you guys remember how to do that. Okay? And then the second way is that I would be on the phone with the student. So for instance, if the Chromebook died and everything, so they would be doing it, I would be on a landline with them, or I would be on the parent's phone, and they would be doing it on their phone. Okay? But they flew through it. You gotta take your time and think, because again, these students would just say, like, dislike, not strongly, dislike, no, and I couldn't even keep up. Okay, because sometimes I was the one who was actually clicking it, and they were talking over the phone, and I was talking over the phone with them. Take your time and think about it. Number 2, develop a new medicine.
That's a dislike.
A dislike. Okay. So again, developing a new medicine. To develop a new medicine, what discipline, what subject would we need to be very good with if we're going to develop a new
Hands-on
medicine?
work.
Tyler, go ahead.
It's a hands-on work for them.
You have to be like a nurse or a doctor to be doing that.
Okay, and then what subject, if you think back at Tolman or Shea, what subject would you have to be really good in? Go ahead, Joanne.
Science.
Science, biology, chemistry.
Yeah.
Those are the subjects that you would have to be good in. Again, to work with medicine, you would have to know science, biology, chemistry. Okay, so you want to change your answer or you're good?
I'm good.
Okay. Number 3, write books or plays.
Add to this.
That's a dislike.
Joel.
What?
This is about Joel.
Okay,
It's
so
about Joel's dislikes and dislikes.
if you,
Worry about yourself, Tyre, please.
so again, writing books or plays, when we were doing last year, when we went to Nathaniel Green, I know Melissa was over at Nathaniel Green last year, but Melissa actually was with the gym teacher. I was actually in the classroom, with two students from Tolman. You guys don't know Christopher, because Christopher this year is a 10th grader. I think he's 11th grade this year. Maybe some of you guys know Nishaya? Okay, you remember Nishaya? Yeah. You probably remember with Christopher too, because he went with us to, right? But Nishaya, I think Nishaya's a senior this year. So what we did is we read books to the students. These are first, second grade students, and what we did is we went to a smaller room and we read books about the ocean, about animals, about the water, about different things to the students. And actually, Nishaya had a pretty good, I wouldn't say Christopher as much, but I would say Nishaya a little bit more, is that she was really interested in the content of the books. And she was really interested in trying to have the students understand not only the pictures, but also the words. Okay? So again, that's writing plays or working with books. Number 4, helping people with personal or emotional problems. Strongly like. Okay? So, helping people with personal emotional problems. A counselor. Someone who would talk to you about your problems.
Like a psychiatrist.
A psychiatrist. Yeah. Okay? That's an example of a job of a person who would, again, deal with personal or emotional problems. Number 5, manage a department within a large company.
I'm gonna say maybe.
Maybe? Okay, so unsure is just like maybe. This would be somebody like in Hasbro, and you would be part of a department in Hasbro. So you have a big company, you're working with a lot of different people,